While I was cleaning up the dishes, my wife suddenly hugged me from behind, sounding all sweet. I gave Samuel your VP position. He's more capable than you, so you can just relax at home from now on. Before I could react, our daughter jumped up with joy. That's awesome. Samuel will be so happy to hear this. Dad should have given him the position a long time ago. Watching the two of them, I lowered my gaze and chuckled coldly. Fine, then let's get a divorce. Not just the VP position, but I don't want you or our daughter either. This was the third time I asked Anna for a divorce. The reason? She gave my VP job to Samuel, her new male secretary, who hadn't been with the company for long. Maybe she was afraid I'd get mad, so she spoke with a bit of a coaxing tone. Martin, it's just a title. The young man wanted it, so I gave it to him. When I'm done playing, the position will be yours again. She smiled slyly. Life is long, Martin. You've got to let me see different landscapes. I looked at her calmly, staying silent. Yes, Anna was cheating on me with her new secretary. But this wasn't the first time. The first time was our second year of marriage, shortly after our daughter was born. Back then, our business had just started taking off, and I chose to work less to take care of our newborn. My gut told me something was off with her late nights. After digging around, I found out she'd gotten lured by a male business partner. Once I found out, I was ready to take our kid and split with her. But Anna broke down crying, begging for forgiveness, insisting she was taken advantage of and that it hadn't happened again. At that time, she was lying in a hospital bed, looking so pitiful and scared, as if losing me was like losing everything. Martin, please forgive me. I promise you'll be my only husband, and this will be our only child. Seeing her pale and scared face made me naively believe she would change. So I chose to forgive her. But I forgot, someone who cheats once is bound to cheat again. When our daughter turned 1, I caught Anna cheating again. I pushed open the hotel room door to find her with another man. At that moment, any feeling I had for Anna vanished. She didn't even show the panic or embarrassment she did when I first caught her cheating. She nonchalantly dismissed the man, lit a cigarette, and eyed me from her compromised position. She had messed up, yet somehow I was the one at fault because I was too busy to satisfy her. I squinted at her with a sarcastic smile. You made cheating sound so natural. How did I not see how shameless you are before? Well, if I'm such a problem for you, let's just call it quits. Otherwise, I'm afraid I might not hold back and let everyone know about your shameless deeds. Anna's face changed instantly. Martin, are you threatening me? Couldn't help but chuckle. How is it a threat? It's a notice. The kid and the assets are mine. As for you, go find as many men as you want. It has nothing to do with me. Her mouth twisted into a frown, showing her unwillingness. But then she seemed to think of something and quickly smiled. Martin, our child is just 1. Do you really think losing her mom is a good thing for her? Kids from single-parent homes often have issues when they grow up. Don't ruin her life just because you're upset now. She used our daughter to threaten me because she knew too well that she was my weakness. At that moment, I felt nothing but a bitter laugh and disappointment. I had given everything for such a shameless woman, and even now, I couldn't escape. I thought about our baby who still needed milk. Closing my eyes, I took a deep breath, feeling the pain of each inhalation. In the end, I chose to forgive again. Yet my backward step only made Anna bolder, leading to this third affair. To please her new male secretary, she brazenly replaced me as VP. After getting the notice from HR, I stormed towards Anna's office for answers. But before I could enter, I overheard her talking to a friend inside. Anna, don't you think you went too far? Removing your brother-in-law from VP just to sleep with a guy. Aren't you worried he'll really divorce you? Anna laughed. I only dangled a carrot for Samuel. I'll give the position back to my brother-in-law eventually. As for divorce, please. If he wanted to, it would have happened already. I know him best. Divorce? Not likely. My hand paused on the doorknob, my heart sinking. Just then, Samuel walked over with a smug grin. Not VP anymore. Huh? So, what were you about to say? Nothing much. Just wanted some advice from a senior. You see, Anna thinks highly of me and it's a bit stressful. His tone was full of boasting. I frowned, waving him off. That's your business with Anna. If you're stressed, talk to her. But I stepped closer, intimidating Samuel enough to make him back up awkwardly. Even if I'm not VP, I'm still one of the company's founders. Who gave you the nerve to brag in front of me? With that, I left without another glance at Samuel's now pale face. Returning home, I saw my daughter. I was about to ask her whom she'd want to stay with if her mom and I divorced. But as soon as I mentioned divorce, she started cheering. I want to be with Mommy. She doesn't make me do stuff like you, Dad. I can have whatever I want and do whatever I want with her. After my daughter finished speaking, she even gave me a disdainful look. Plus, Mom always takes me out with a handsome guy now. Everyone's so jealous of me. Dad, you should go. I'll have the handsome guy be my new dad. At that moment, I froze, staring at her in disbelief. It felt like the blood in my body was flowing backward, and my hands and feet turned cold. When did Mom take you to meet other men? Why didn't you tell me? Why? I grabbed her tightly. Just thinking about her being happily hugged by another man was driving me crazy. My daughter seemed to be in pain from my grip and suddenly started bawling her eyes out. You're a bad dad. I hate you. The handsome guy never hurts me. When Mom comes back, I'll have her kick you out. I don't want you anymore. I stared at her, feeling all my strength drain away, collapsing to the ground. I remembered how I had given up a guaranteed promotion just to take care of her when she was born, putting all my heart and soul into her. But I never thought that the child I raised with all my love would become a sharp knife aimed at me. At that moment, I broke down completely, unable to hold back my tears as I cried into my hands. By the time Anna got home, our daughter had already fallen asleep, thanks to the nanny. I asked for a divorce from Anna for the third time. Anna casually tossed her bag onto the sofa, turned to look at me, and chuckled, seemingly carefree. Martin, you're still so jealous. I told you it's just fun with others. I'm not serious, you don't need to be either. After that, she got up and headed to her bedroom. Tomorrow's the position handover. I hope you'll cooperate nicely. Don't worry, the position will be yours again in a few months. I watched her disappear into the bedroom, thinking to myself, Anna, where do you get the confidence to think I'll play along with your act? Tomorrow's main stage won't be yours. The next day, I went to the office early, alone, and cleared out my things. Then I sat there waiting for news. Soon, the company chat announced a meeting in the conference room. I knew they were about to officially announce Samuel as my replacement for the VP position. When I entered, everyone was already seated, with Anna and Samuel close together. Anna cleared her throat when she saw me and made an announcement. You all received the HR notice yesterday. Samuel will be replacing Martin as the new vice president. Let's give him a round of applause. Samuel stood up, nodding to everyone, then extended a hand to me, feigning sincerity. Martin, I've just taken over as vice president. I hope you can give me a lot of help. Everyone watched me, waiting for my reaction. The company is something Anna and I built together, and all the staff know about our marriage. This isn't just a simple personnel change, it affects the whole company's future. I took a deep breath, ignoring Samuel's outstretched hand, and hung my VP badge around Samuel's neck. I can't help you. You should get Anna to help, she loves assisting others. Samuel's smile froze, looking awkward. Anna's face turned cold. Martin, you don't have to be sarcastic. I've made this decision from thorough consideration. The fact is, Samuel is indeed better than you. The business department needs someone you can start there to hone your skills. I'm not as capable as Samuel? Really? Years of hard work, and Anna just wiped it all away with a few words. She's not just standing up for Samuel, it's more for herself. She wants to prove to everyone that the company's success is all her doing. After years together, I know how she thinks, but she underestimates herself. She wants to erase my contributions. Let's see if she has what it takes. As for the business department, if Anna thinks I'm unfit, I'll resign. I won't hold up her grand plans any longer. I fired back at Anna, then clapped Samuel on the shoulder. Good luck, VP. You take care of Anna and do your best. Ignoring the chaos in the conference room, I placed my resignation and divorce papers on Anna's desk and left the company. Position and daughter, I walked away from it all. I called my buddy Tom, and we had a fun night out till almost midnight. I came home, reeking of booze. As I entered the house, the strong smell of perfume made me wince. Anna was sitting on the sofa where I often waited for her, looking grim. Seeing my slightly unsteady figure, Anna angrily spoke. "Martin, were you drinking? Didn't you know you had to pick up our daughter? The teacher called me. I only found out you didn't go. What kind of dad are you?" For years, while juggling the company and our kid, I've never let her worry about pickups and drop-offs. But from today, things will change. I focused on taking off my shoes and clothes, not bothering to look at her, and said, "I assume you've seen the divorce agreement I left on your desk. It clearly states our daughter stays with you, so I'm no longer obligated to care for her." Upon hearing this, Anna slapped the coffee table in front of her loudly. "Martin, enough. Things have a limit. You think it's fun to keep threatening divorce?" I looked back at her with interest. "Anna, it's funny hearing that from you. Is having affairs over and over fun for you?" Anna was left speechless by my retort and began loudly defending herself. I looked at Anna with a sarcastic smile, not really sure why I was amused. "Also, the reason why I didn't touch you is because I think you're just dirty." Anna's face turned bright red, clearly upset by my words. Her expression twisted into something dark and nasty. "Martin, fine, that's how you think of me? Let's get a divorce. But I don't agree with the property division in the agreement. In my divorce agreement, I not only left our kid with Anna but also gave her 5% of the company shares and 70% of my assets. Anna originally had 31% of the company shares. With my 20%, she would own 51%, giving her absolute control. If those shares were altered, she'd be in a precarious situation, so that's probably why she freaked out. But I knew she'd react this way. I wouldn't have put those terms in the divorce agreement if I wasn't prepared for this. It doesn't matter if you disagree. If you don't sign it, I'll take you to court. Anna, I've kept evidence of all your cheating over the years. You could end up losing everything. You don't want it to come to that, do you? Martin," she snapped, her face twisted with anger. I met her glare, unafraid. After a moment's silence, her eyes twitched with some internal realization, and then she laughed. "Fine, if that's what you want, I'll oblige. See you at the registry tomorrow." With that, she turned, storming back into the bedroom, slamming the door behind her. I stared at the closed door and casually turned on my phone to access the surveillance. Anna didn't know I had set up cameras around the house. In the footage, Anna was on the phone with her best friend. "Yeah, Martin wants a divorce. He's taking 5% of the shares and 70% of my assets." I agreed. "Why?" "Because I know he won't be able to live without me. Once he's done throwing his tantrum, he'll have to give all of that back. Me, the company, the kid, he can't live without any of them." Watching her smug face, I couldn't help but smile. "Oh, Anna, I just love your blind confidence. Don't worry, dividing assets is just the appetizer before we get the divorce papers. Once those come in, the real gift I've been preparing all these years will be yours." The next day, Anna and I went to the registry with our daughter to start the process. 30 days later, we'd get the divorce papers. After leaving the registry, Anna gave our daughter a little nudge. Our daughter looked at her, not too pleased, then reluctantly came up to me. "Daddy, don't you want me anymore? I don't want you and Mommy to split up." Anna waited for our daughter to finish before casually saying, "Martin, think it over during these 30 days. For the sake of the kid, you're welcome back anytime if you apologize." I didn't respond to Anna, just bent down and patted my daughter's head. "Sweetheart, it's not that Daddy doesn't want you. It's because Daddy loves you so much that I'm fulfilling your wish by divorcing Mommy." My daughter instantly perked up, already envisioning a wonderful future, her joy unstoppable. Anna took her hand and headed towards the parking lot, shouting back at me without turning her head, "I'll be waiting, Martin." I stayed there, watching as Anna and our daughter walked away. My little girl's lively chatter reached my ears on the breeze. "Mommy, can Samuel take me to KFC today? I really want to see him." Anna readily agreed. Of course, honey. We'll head back to the office, and I'll have Samuel take you out. Yay. Mommy, you're the best. I listened to their conversation until they disappeared from sight, feeling no regret at all. Just then, a car pulled up next to me. The window rolled down, revealing my good friend Tom in the driver's seat. Martin, get in. I hopped in, and Tom was visibly thrilled. Martin, you've finally made up your mind. Should we start our plan now? Staring out the window as the scenery flew by, I responded slowly. We can prepare a few things, but don't rush. Once I get that divorce paper, that's when the real action begins. Over the next month, Anna and I had no contact with each other. The next time we met, it was the day to pick up our divorce papers. I stood at the registry entrance in simple clothes, looking slightly hesitant. Anna arrived with Samuel, looking all confident. Seeing my outfit, she had this look of satisfaction. Martin, how's life treating you? It's not too late to change your mind. Next to her, Samuel frowned, a bit irritated, and tugged at Anna's sleeve. Anna, if Martin wants his freedom, just let him go peacefully. Then he turned to me, pretending to be sincere. Don't worry, Martin. I'll take good care of Anna and your daughter. Anna scowled at Samuel, annoyed that he was speaking for her. I chuckled internally, letting out a small, fake cough. I chose this path myself. I won't regret it. Even if I end up on the streets, it's got nothing to do with you anymore. Anna. Anna smirked, shaking her head. Fine. But if you end up a homeless beggar, don't tell anyone you were ever my husband. I shrugged, smiling indifferently, and headed into the registry. Anna followed right behind me. Soon after, we had the divorce papers in our hands. Samuel, seeing we were done, was quick to pressure Anna about getting their marriage license. Watching them bicker, I found it dull and headed to the bathroom. When I came back out, I had cleaned up and changed into a beige suit, looking sharp and capable. Anna's eyes went wide, stunned and puzzled by my sudden transformation. Martin, you. I waved the divorce papers, unable to contain my happiness any longer. Anna, thank you. I'm finally free from you. For a moment, Anna was taken aback, her expression turning strange. At that moment, she seemed to gradually realize that something might be slipping out of her control. Martin, what do you mean? Nothing, I said, curling my lips slightly and giving her a meaningful look. But for our 7 years of marriage, I've prepared a big gift for you. I hope you like it. With that, I walked away. Martin, make yourself clear. Anna tried to stop me, but Samuel got in her way. Leaving the civil affairs office, I drove straight to a cafe where a woman sat at the window. Her coffee was half finished, showing she'd been waiting a while. I quickly walked over, apologizing. Diana, I'm really sorry. Got delayed at the civil office and made you wait. No problem, she replied, her expression calm and unreadable. I sat down, taking out the share transfer agreement from my bag. I've brought the paperwork. Have you thought it over, Diana? Diana paused, her gaze sharp as she looked at me. How can I be sure this isn't a trap set by you and your wife? I took a sip of coffee, gently answering her. First, Anna and I are divorced. We're no longer married. Second, I'm offering you 25% of the shares. Anna only has 26% left. If you join her company, you'll be the second largest shareholder. I leaned in closer, locking eyes with her. The rest are just scattered stocks and minor stakeholders. I think with your skills, Diana, you'll find a way to gain influence, right? This way, you'd have no competitors in the city. Both companies would essentially be yours. Sitting back, I waited for her response, confident she'd accept despite potential suspicions of a trap. A deal this lucrative was hard to resist. Sure enough, after a moment, Diana signed the agreement. With the final signature in place, I extended my hand. Diana, here's to a fruitful partnership. Wishing you great success. Diana smiled, likewise. I'll have the money transferred to you soon. I couldn't help but imagine Anna's reaction when she discovered that Diana had become the second largest shareholder at the shareholder meeting. Too bad I wouldn't be there to see it. As soon as the meeting concluded, Anna called me. Martin, you've crossed the line. I could almost see Anna grinding her teeth, and I couldn't help but laugh. What could possibly make our dear Anna so upset? Martin, how could you sell your shares to Diana? You're wrecking our company. Anna yelled, her voice shaking the phone. I responded with a casual tone. Our company? Anna, I think you've forgotten we're divorced. What happens with your company isn't my concern. Anna paused for a moment, sounding softer. Martin, I know you're upset, but this is a family matter. Look, just find a way to undo the deal and take the shares back. You're just mad about Samuel, right? I'll fire him and we can make things right. Her words made me narrow my eyes and interrupt coldly. Anna, you treat men like toys to dispose of at will? You still don't see your fault. Samuel is just an example. With your attitude, it would have been someone else. I continued, also, remember we're already divorced. Stop this family nonsense. I control what happens with my assets. I don't want those shares because they're tied to your company, and I find it disgusting. Don't contact me again. We're nothing to each other now. I hung up, then blocked her when she called again. A moment later, my good buddy Tom walked into my office. Anna bothering you again? He asked. I nodded with a frown, and Tom rolled his eyes. She just won't give up. Then his tone shifted excitedly. Martin, our company has set up shop in the city. Everything's going smoothly. When do you plan to announce it? I tapped my desk thoughtfully. Let things stew a bit longer. No rush. With my sudden share sale, Anna's company plunged into chaos, with her and Diana scrambling to buy up shares and become the majority shareholder. I took advantage by selling the shares I acquired long ago at a markup. Both parties were desperate, buying even at inflated prices. With their focus on this, the rest of the business was left to Samuel. He took advantage, demanding favors from suppliers and forcing obedience within the company. Anna's company became a mess, disgruntling everyone. Meanwhile, I reached out to former colleagues and offered them better deals, leading many from Anna's professional team to jump ship to my side. Suppliers, frustrated by Samuel's incompetence, wanted out too, cutting ties and ending contracts. Samuel knew he was in hot water but was relieved Anna hadn't noticed while preoccupied. So he hid what he'd done. I figured it was about time, so I threw out all the evidence I'd gathered over the years of Anna cheating. Suddenly, the internet was flooded with news about Anna. Her company's reputation was destroyed instantly, and the stock prices plummeted. Anna and Diana were already knee-deep in trouble, throwing money at the problem to save their business. But it was like pouring a cup of water on a wildfire. Couldn't change anything. Everything was going smoothly, just as I planned. Seeing the timing was right, I called Tom to arrange a press conference to announce our company's official entry into the city. Back when Anna first cheated, I had already prepared an exit strategy. I had teamed up with my buddy Tom to register a company in the next city over. Using my experience, we started taking over business there and soon dominated the market. At the press conference, under the flashing lights, Tom and I, dressed in our tailored suits, confidently addressed the media. Instantly, many in the supply chain realized that this company was actually run by me. They had already been impressed with my capabilities while working with Anna, so naturally, they were ready to partner with us, just needing to sign the papers. As I smoothly interacted with everyone, Anna suddenly appeared before me. She was a far cry from her usual glamorous self. Her makeup was smeared, and dark circles shadowed her eyes. Martin, she said, her voice a bit hoarse. I clicked my tongue, looking her over with disdain. Isn't this our lovely Anna? What happened to you? Anna's eyes reddened, full of regret and a hint of blame. You never told me this company was yours, she said, her tone accusatory. I crossed my arms, shrugging slightly. Did I really need to? You were too proud to see my contributions, believing you did it all on your own. Even if I had told you, you probably wouldn't have believed me. Anna frowned in frustration. Martin, you've punished me, you've let out your anger. I admit I was wrong. Can't we stop fighting and get back together? I cut her off impatiently. Anna, where do you get the confidence thinking I can't do without you? That you'll control me so easily? Anna, faced with my disdain, chuckled bitterly. The first time I cheated and you forgave me, the company got better, and our daughter grew up. I thought you had more ties holding you down. You wouldn't leave. Especially after the second time you forgave me. I assumed if I kept you as my husband, you'd stay obedient. But now I see I was wrong. You weren't holding back, you were ready for a fatal blow. I smiled, amused by her ignorance, and laughed at her late realization. Anna, after all these years, you really don't know me. I've never been one to swallow my pride. I always get back at those who wrong me. So, after your first affair, I started planning. I'm glad you walked right into my trap and didn't let my effort go to waste. Anna was shaken, watching me with a defeated look, but a flicker of hope in her eyes. Martin, I realize what I did wrong. I've lost everything to you. For our daughter, can we get back together? I promise I'll be a good wife and mother. She wanted to talk about our daughter, which only made me angrier. Anna, you haven't learned a thing. I shouted, shaking my head in disappointment. You only care about the wealth and status slipping away from you now. Don't think for a second that you can use our daughter to manipulate me. She doesn't even want you as her mom if it means having me as her dad. Anna accused, her face twisted with anger. Martin, all these excuses. You never really loved me. Before I could respond, Samuel barged in between us. Martin, how can you shamelessly hound Anna after divorce? She's mine. Samuel bumped into me hard enough to knock me over, but luckily Tom noticed and caught me just in time. Tom shot a furious look at Samuel. You sidepiece, what are you trying to pull? He was about to punch Samuel, but I stopped him. Anna, seeing Samuel stand up for her, suddenly laughed. Martin, you think you've won? You're wrong. Without you, I still have the company and Samuel. With him, I'll bounce back. Just you wait and see. I looked at Anna, so full of herself, and sent her a document from my phone. Poor Anna, do you really not know your company's state? Thanks to your dear Samuel, you're heading for bankruptcy. Anna's face changed as she read my message detailing everything Samuel had done at her company. Afterwards, she slapped Samuel hard out of anger. You snake! I gave you a VP role, everything. And this is how you repay me? Samuel staggered back, clutching his cheek in disbelief. Anna, how could you do this? You said I could do anything at the company. But you still hit me. Anna, enraged, grabbed at Samuel's hair. Watching them fight, I felt bored and signaled security to separate them. But Anna's question kept echoing in my mind. Martin, you never loved me. Anna was wrong, though. I did love her once. Because I loved her, I gave her 3 chances. But clearly, she didn't understand love or how to cherish it. The company quickly gained a foothold in this city. The top 2 in the industry, Anna Company and Diana Company, declared bankruptcy due to broken financial chains, and I took them over. Watching the hustle and bustle of busy employees, I felt quite pleased. Tom, however, kept chattering in my ear. Martin, we've got things sorted here. Shouldn't we keep expanding? Maybe snag the business in another city while we're on a roll? I looked at the excited Tom and smiled knowingly. Tom, no rush. Before we move on to another city, there's something we need to do first. Tom looked confused. What do we need to do? I pulled up a map on my computer and raised an eyebrow at him. Obviously, it's about fulfilling your wish. Tom, I remember your dream was to travel all over the country. You've spent so many years running around for me. Now it's my turn to take you on that journey. Tom's eyes immediately reddened, and he choked up a bit. Martin? Just then, the company assistant knocked on the door. Martin, there's a girl outside who says she's your daughter and wants to see you. I thought for a moment and told the assistant to bring her in. The daughter entered the office, looking a bit shy, and gave me a timid glance. Dad, I looked at this little one and sighed. You don't have to call me Dad anymore, especially since you didn't want me as your dad. Hearing my words, her tears started to fall. Dad, what do you mean by that? Are you saying you don't want me? I walked over to her and ruffled her hair. You were the one who first didn't want your dad. Kid, though you're still young, I need you to know that some hurts can't be undone. My daughter sniffled, looking at me with red eyes, and lowered her head. Dad, I know I was wrong. Kid, when you make choices, you have to bear the consequences. But don't worry, I'll still fulfill my responsibilities. I'll support you until you're 18. Hugging her tightly one last time, I let her go and looked into her eyes, seriously saying one last thing. Kid, as you grow, I hope you learn to judge right from wrong and understand respect. That's my only hope for you. Finally, I called the assistant to arrange for a car to take her home. In the days following, Anna and her daughter never bothered me again because Tom and I had embarked on our brotherly journey, and they couldn't find us. Tom and I strolled through the streets of the old town, watching the happy crowd pass by, feeling a freedom I had never experienced before. Taking charge of my own life, being independent and strong without relying on anyone else was truly enchanting. Seeing Tom happily taking selfies beside me, I couldn't help but laugh. From now on, with a broad heart and no fear of challenges, stay true to yourself.